Hello and welcome to the Stateside Soccer Show. We are going live here for our Concacaf Champions League draw for 2023. It is happening now, and we are going to react live as these MLS teams get drawn into their groups and opponents. Really just drawn into their. They don't do groups anymore, right? So it's just drawn into their opponents for 2023. So yeah, hopefully some good opponents here that can help MLS get their players, get their teams through and back to the final. Last time we had an MLS Cup team in the final was last year, and it was the first time that they had ever won. Seattle Sounders are the first ever MLS Cup champions. MLS champions of the Concacaf Champions League. Stumbling over my words because I have the sound on for the Concacaf and it's throwing me off on what I'm saying. But yeah, so here we go. They're doing some sort of like video that shows last year's run to the cup. So we're just waiting for them to really get started. They did some sort of intro as well, but yeah, just waiting. So this is Orlando's first time ever qualifying for the Champions League. The Union are returning after a year out of it last year, and we have LAFC joining. I think for the first, yeah, they didn't make it last year either. So this is their first time back after a little gap there. And then we also have one of the Canadian teams getting in, and I need to pull up the list of teams here. And Austin's first time as well. Let's see. Vancouver, so I missed. They won the Canadian Championship. That's right. But yeah, a lot of teams debuting. Even Violet in Haiti got their first ever berth into the championship. Atlas. This is Atlas's first time, Atlas Football Club, first time in the Champions League. That's pretty interesting. And the Union made the semifinals. LAFC were runners up in 2020. And then Austin and Orlando have debuts. Vancouver made the semifinals in 2017 as well. And then we have 6 teams that qualified from the CONCACAF League, which is kind of like a secondary tournament here. Olimpia, Real España, Motagua, Alianza, and Toro are going to be joining this as well. So we'll see who faces off against who. It's going to get our round of 16 drawn in here, and it's so those matches are March 7th through the 9th, and March 14th and the 16th are leg 2. So only a little bit away from this already. That's how quick this stuff is. That's how quick this stuff is going right now. Looks like Nicolas Lardero is there at the CONCACAF Champions League draw. I'm going to subscribe to CONCACAF here while I'm here. So they're just talking about Seattle's run still. Not much going on. You know, CONCACAF and UEFA and FIFA, they like drawing these things out. Yeah, so this is the last time of this format. They're about to change it for 2024. So the final second leg is June 4th, and the final first leg is May 31st. I think 2024 would go to one leg again for the final, which is good. That's way more interesting. All right, we got the Whitecaps, Atlas, Pachuca, Club Leon, Tigres, Austin, LAFC, Orlando City, and Philadelphia Union are your North American clubs. I think they're all pot one. Which is exciting. I love the Champions League. All right, here's the Caribbean and Central American clubs: Alianza, Violet, right? Toro, España, Mautagua, Olympia, and Alianza. Caribbean and Central American clubs. I think they're pot B or 2. Oh, I'm able to fast forward a bit because I was behind for some reason. All right, we're caught up. So this is streaming on the old YouTube for Concacaf. If you're not watching that, you can dual screen us. Oh, Rodney Wallace is coming out. That's awesome. Jeez. I remember him being on DC. Yes. Rodney Wallace coming out. Former player. All right, let's get the draw underway. We're 15 minutes into this. All right, so they're bringing on the competition guy, director of competitions. That new trophy is really nice for the Champions League too. Whenever they changed it, forget when they did that. Looks great. All right, so they're showing us a video of how this works, like any other draw, I assume. Double blind system. 4 pots. 1, 2, A, and B. Clubs are in 1 and 2. Positions are in A and B. That makes sense. A1 through A8 is in pot A. B1 through B8 are in pot B. So you draw a position first and then the team, it looks like. So they're drawing from pot 2 and then B first. And then they're going pot 1 and A. Okay, so we're not getting the MLS teams until later. Clubs from the same member association cannot be drawn against each other, just like UEFA. Pot 1 will host the return matches. Okay. They got the pots out. We're getting started. Almost 20 minutes into this. Pot 1 is stacked. Oh, so Rodney's actually helping with the draw. That's cool. All right, they are pulling the team first. Okay. Who we got? This is no MLS teams in pot 2. Alianza from El Salvador. And they will be at B8. Next club. Here we go. Motagua from Honduras. Motagua is getting position B4. Olympia from Honduras. And they're going to be ending up in position B7. Alajuelense from Puerto Rico, I think they said. B6. Real España from Honduras is next. B5. The main one I would want to avoid is Tigres, obviously. Violet from Haiti. They can go in B1, 2, or 3. Looks like B1. That's what I want. I would want Violet. Yeah. Tigres, B2 or B3. That's the only two spaces left. So if you get drawn on B2 or B3, you're probably screwed. B3. So you want to avoid B3 here. A3, I mean, when we start drawing. So this should be Tauro from Panama going to B2. All right. So what we have here is B1 Violet, B2 Tauro, B3 Tigres, B4 Maltagua, B5 España, B6 Alajuelense, B7 Olympia, and B8 Alianza. And we're getting ready to go to pot 1 and pot A to figure out who the MLS clubs are going to be matched up against. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Who's first? Pachuca. So it can't. Pachuca cannot face Tigres. So Pachuca hasn't been back since 2017. They can't go there. A3. I don't know if I've ever really seen that happen before. That's pretty funny. It's literally the first team got one of their counterparts they can't face. A4. Maltagua. So Pachuca will face Maltagua. A4 and B4. So Pachuca should host the away leg, the return leg. So this team's going to face Tigres. It's Orlando City. I'm so sorry, Logan. Oh my god, that sucks. That sucks. Club Leon. All right, so you got Orlando versus Tigres. in the third spot. That's no good. You're right. That is no good. Oh my god! I was just thankful it's not the Union, but didn't want it to be Orlando either. Austin FC. So Club Leon got Toro. So here we go, Austin. Where are you going? A1 Violet. Oh, that's so. They'll be fine. Austin should win that, no problem. LAFC. What do you got for LAFC here? A6 against Alajuelense. I don't need reminding, Logan. All right, where's Union? That's not them either. That's Atlas? No, Vancouver. Okay. Vancouver. Give Vancouver Olympia. A5. España. Who is the Union going to face? I want to face Alianza, not Olympia. So it's just Atlas and Union left. It's Philadelphia Union. Union. All right. Where they go? A7 or A8? Come on, A8. Come on, Rodney. I'm a big fan. Come on, Rodney. I'm a big fan. A8. Rig it. Come on. We've got. Is that 8? It's A8. Yes. All right. So it should be Atlas versus Olympia. Oh my goodness. Should be A7. All right, so we have Austin, Violet, Leon versus Tauro, Orlando versus Tigres, and they cut it off. Come on, go back to what we have. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to share this for people that have not seen it. If you're not watching it for whatever reason. Okay, so we have Austin versus Violet. We have Club Leon versus Tauro, Orlando City versus Tigres, Pachuca versus Motagua, Vancouver Whitecaps versus España, LAFC versus Aliwenze. We got Atlas versus Olympia and Philadelphia Union versus Alianza FC. The Union hosts the return leg on that one, so hopefully I'll be able to go to that. This is pretty good for the MLS teams. Where it really is not good is just Orlando's. Orlando's draw sucks. I know, look, Logan says Tigers don't scare me, but Lions are better. We'll see. We'll see. He also had Dupe. There we go. The Union versus Alianza. That's as good as it could get other than Violet. Austin, if you're an Austin FC fan, Violet versus Austin, that you cannot ask for an easier first time into the Champions League, in my opinion. you should be able to win that. Let's see, other MLS teams. LAFC versus Alajuelense. They should be able to win that. They got to a final and lost to Tigres. They should be able to win that. Vancouver versus España. Vancouver has an edge, I think, but it all depends on the shape of their team going forward. They got a lot of question marks going forward for me, so I'm not sure how Vancouver is going to do against España, who is a good team. And is that all of the MLS teams I've talked about? Austin, Orlando, Philly, LA, Vancouver. Yeah. Fun matchups if you're a neutral. Atlas Olympia, I think, has potential to be a really good matchup. I'm really excited for that one. I don't know if they said anything else after this. Let me see if I missed anything. They don't have like the dates. Like I said, they're like March. March dates. We don't have the official dates, but this round would be between March 7th and 9th and 14th and 16th. I'll be in Florida. Logan, I'm gonna be down in Florida for the away game, which is not helpful at all. That'd been cool if Orlando hosted the first game. I could have went, maybe. Anyway, I think this is a really good draw. I think for most teams, Orlando is the one that gets hosed the most here, but otherwise pretty good. I don't know. Orlando is atrocious at home. That's true. So maybe they'll win the away leg and not have to get a result on the return leg. That's got to be what they got to hope for, I guess. And then we go into the quarterfinals and such like that. So it's exciting. I think so far this is fun. I love the Champions League like so much, so I'm really excited to see how this shakes out. For all these MLS teams, the pressure's off MLS, I think, at this point. Seattle won it. There's nothing else to worry about in that sense. It's now about individual clubs setting their goals to win or get as far as they can in these Champions League. And hopefully what we start getting for some of these teams is you want a consistency of competing in the competition. And that's kind of what we want as, if you're a Union fan, if you're an LAFC fan, Austin fan, Vancouver fan, Orlando fan, is you want to be in this competition consistently. If you're not, though, we can now have the added bonus of the Leagues Cup. That's going to help you play against these tough teams more consistently, which might help you propel yourself further in the Champions League. Yes, laminate my comments, Logan. Orlando is screwed. I'm picking you to finish dead last in this round of 16. So laminate that. If you want to follow us, if you're not already following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at Stateside Show, we're going to be doing our World Cup preview next week. Later this week, we got our later on next week, we got our US squad release coming out. So should be fun. I hope everyone had a great night. I hope everyone is enjoying their draw, and we will catch you next time.